everybody, Gaming Magic 13 here, and welcome back to some more Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, the last you will see of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for a while at least. And this is the bonus episode where you're going to see me playing the Coins Galore bonus stages in the background whilst I give my reflections on the game as a whole and the walkthrough. So, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Most people who know me know that I absolutely love puzzle games and the ability to just have to use my brain to try and beat the game. So it may come as a surprise to you that when I first received this game as a gift for Christmas of 2014, I had no idea it was a puzzle game. I was completely clueless to that. I didn't play it right away because I had other things to use and I was spending time with my family, so I didn't ever get around to, because that was the year I got the Elgato Game Capture HD, so I was testing that out. I got another blue snowball and a microphone stand for that, so that worked really well. Anyway, I didn't get around to playing it until the new year had come around. But on New Year's Eve, Samurai and I went over to Weston's house for a New Year's Eve sleepover, and that was a lot of fun. I promise, this does relate to Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. The two of them were downstairs having a pillow fight or something like that. I don't know what it was, but they were downstairs. I was upstairs relaxing, and Weston's brothers were playing Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So I questioned them about it, and they were more than happy to inform me. And it looked... once I figured out that it was a puzzle game, I bumped it up on my to playlist. And I just instantly fell in love with the game. This is actually a nice transition into talking about the specifics of the game. Let's start with the presentational things. As far as graphics go, I think the game's gorgeous. It's less noticeable in some of the darker levels, like the Boo levels, Wingo's battles, or the cave levels where you're in a minecart. But some of those beginning levels where the sun was shining bright, the prologues where the sun was shining bright, or the levels where we had to swim through the water, beautiful. The game let its beauty shine. I'm sure I know there are games with better graphics, but that does not demean this game's graphical capabilities. This is a gorgeous game. It's very pretty colors to boot. Beyond the graphics, this game is almost 100% bug-free. I say almost because even though I have never encountered a bug or glitch in the almost 3 years that I've owned this game, that's not to say they don't exist. Although clearly if there are glitches or bugs, then they must be pretty darn rare. UI-wise, I like the style they chose with having storybooks be the level select screen. I don't exactly know what prompted that decision, but I think it works very well and really like how it's all neatly packaged together. It's not a confusing mess like some other games. It's very well designed, very intuitive, and compact. So presentationally, the game is fantastic. And I guess I should talk about the story a little bit, but there honestly isn't all that much to talk about. I mean, for a puzzle game, the story they have here is appropriate. There doesn't need to be a Portal-esque storyline to coincide with the puzzles. Portal is the exception, not the rule, when it comes to storytelling in puzzle games. A great story coupled with puzzles is just the cherry on top, and not a necessity, is what I'm trying to say. Even though this game didn't have a very deep story, it was a sweet one. And I don't mean sweet as in, what's a good example? Walking Dead level sweet, although I wouldn't call that sweet, I'd just call that tear-jerking and highly emotional and worthy of the over 90 Game of the Year awards that it won. It was the typical person gets kidnapped, go save her thing, and it's a bit confusing and unexplained as to why you hop between seemingly disjointed box worlds, but like I said, it's a puzzle game, and the great story is not a necessity. As I was saying, though, the cutscenes were cute to watch, and the playful humor, like, you know, Toadette falling face first into a pile of gold, were comical at times. Especially that last cutscene before the expedition to the Sprixie Kingdom. That was worth a good chuckle. So as far as the story is concerned, this game hit the minimum in terms of quantity, but most of the cutscenes were worth a laugh. So in terms of quality, I think the story, while very generic, served its purpose well. So now it's time for me to dive into the real meat of the game, the gameplay. This game nails the puzzle-solving mechanics perfectly. It allows you free reign of the stage, and the developers limited themselves to just a tiny box floating in space, and not a single bit of space was wasted. Each and every puzzle, not including the tedious levels like Mummy Me Maze Forever and the scaffolding sinkhole, are brilliantly designed with room for error. So, for instance, the color carousel level, the one with the spinning box, well, that's one of my favorite levels. It's such a simple premise. A giant box spins around, and you have to not fall off and collect those jewels. But it's well designed so that if you mess up once, that being you fall into the wrong color, not you fall off the map, you can always try again without restarting the level. And I always have so much respect for puzzle designers, because they have to come up with the ideas for these puzzles and how they can be solved. So I have an insane amount of respect for them. The level design in this game is perfect, and that works really well with Toad and Toadette's inability to jump, and needing to rely on their brain power to reunite, rather than just brute force. So there was such a wide variety of gameplay mechanics that were implemented, from the touchstone levels, to the minecart levels, to the stealth levels, the Shy Guys, which were tedious in some instances. And then there was the train level, which the first train level we had was actually pretty fun. The second train level we had to deal with in episode 3, that was a pain. So so some of the mechanics, like the Shy Guy stuff, they were hit or miss, and some didn't go very well, but overall the gameplay is very well rounded, with excellent level design, appropriate and wonderfully challenging limitations for the protagonist, and a wide variety of very cool gameplay mechanics. There is one problem that I have with the gameplay, and it's the camera. You know, I could say Mummy Maze Forever is the biggest complaint with this game, but with the exception of that final level, it only appears a handful of times. Now, the camera is the problem with this game, and while it doesn't always cause deaths, there's a common trend across all these games that utilize the gamepad's gyroscopic control scheme for the camera. There's no menu to adjust the controls, not even one for audio or anything. What if I want to turn down the music volume? Nope, too bad. Oh, what's that? You wanted to adjust the gyroscopic control scheme? What if you only want to use the right stick, or what if you only want to use the gyroscopic controls? Too bad. You can't turn that off. You can't adjust. Unlike, which is funny, because in Splatoon, I can turn off the gyroscopic controls if I want to. And since the camera is controlled with both the gamepad and the right stick, it gets really annoying at times. There are some instances, such as using the cannons and minecarts, where it's good to use the gyroscopic controls, but the dual functionality of the gamepad and right stick for camera adjustment just gets so annoying. Overall, though, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a very, very smart puzzle game, which is complex enough for an older audience to enjoy it, but simple enough for a younger audience to figure it out. And striking that perfect balance is not something that is easily accomplished, and yet Nintendo pulled it off brilliantly. And even beyond that, the hidden objectives and the 3 jewels are incredible additions to the game. I mean, you know, sure they could be perceived as padding, but I think that they just add an additional level to explore. So you can beat the game, and then if you want to do more stuff, then you can go back and get the jewels and hidden objectives. There's the other thing too, which is Pixel Toad, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But for now, okay. Let's talk about the game is absolutely beautiful, especially for the Wii U, and utilizes very pretty colors and exquisite environments to explore and just to appeal to the eye. It's just a shame the camera controls are a bit wonky at times. And as previously mentioned with the challenging limitations, this game sort of reinforces the Incredibles moral that you don't need superpowers, such as a fire flower, to be a superhero. As you know, my 100% walkthroughs serve a few purposes. 1, helping you guys 100% the game if you already have it. 2, allowing myself a nostalgia trip down memory lane. And 3, helpfully cheering a few people up. And 4, helping those who are on the fence about buying this game make a conclusive decision. So, would I recommend this game to you guys? Well, presumably you're watching this because you were stuck on a few puzzles and therefore already have the game. But if you came here just because you're a fan of the channel and you're trying to decide whether or not to buy it, I say it is definitely worth it. You have all the answers now. I'd like to say that I've been very comprehensive with this bonus episode in describing the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker game as a whole, gameplay, story, presentational issues, camera. So hopefully that's enough for you to be able to decide for yourself. And sure, you have all the answers to the puzzles now, but if you want to try and solve the puzzles on your own, remember that my walkthrough will always be here. And that is just about going to do it for this episode of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, the final episode. So, I really thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for, this isn't all that Captain Toad Treasure Tracker has in store, because I plan on picking up a Toad amiibo soon, and with that, I plan on going back through all the levels and finding. I don't know where they are, but I will make a video showing the locations for all of them. So that's going to be a second bonus episode sometime in the future. I don't know when, but sometime in the future that will be the case, and that will be what's going to happen. So there is one more episode of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker to come, but I'm not doing the challenge times. That's just not necessary. I'm not doing that. But I will do the Pixel Toad. That is something that I will do. And the reason it's cast as a bonus episode is just because it's not something you need to 100% the game, because you have to buy it. You have to buy a Toad amiibo to do that, and it's more like an extra thing to do, which is why it'd be classed as a bonus episode. Anyway, that's going to do this episode's, I'd like to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for that bonus episode sometime in the future. I'm not being promised anytime soon, because I currently don't have the Toad amiibo. But as soon as I do, I will go through the game again, record the video, and edit it, and then I'll release it. Follow me on Twitter to be notified of that, or you'll just see it when it comes out. It'll probably be before 2017 ends, though. I can at least guarantee that. So, and until then, this has been Game Event 13. Signing off, saying I hope you have a fantastic Oracle day, and I will catch you all next time for some more Captain Toad Treasure Tracker in the very distant future. Goodbye!